Good afternoon. This is Victor Jimenez with Sewer Line Check Professionals. I'm here at 16723 West Sunset Boulevard in Pacific Palisades, and I'm in the process of performing a video examination of the main sewer line for Mila Jimenez. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping which is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping which is underneath or interior to the structure. Today's video examination is not focused on the building drain line system, so further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system. A licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. Alright, so I've accessed today's main sewer line from a 2.5-inch maintenance access located in the sub-access of the building. The sub-access is located in a door in the garage area, so that's where our access point was today. Now, no main sewer line cleanout exists for the system. However, with the access that we use today, it should be sufficient in order to be able to clean out the line. However, it is just something to note that that standard component of the system does not exist. Now, to define the main sewer line cleanout, that is a 4-inch or at least a 3.5-inch, but preferably 4-inch access point into the system within 2 feet of the structure, and that is to solely maintain and access the main sewer line, so the portion of the line that is outside the house that is underground. And so the access that we have today is not main sewer line cleanout. The reason that that could be an issue is because of the access point that we use today, it being only a 2.5-inch diameter pipe. Trying to effectively clean larger pipes, such as 4-inch and 6-inch diameter pipes, which is what we're going to be experiencing and going through as part of this examination. It's not always feasible to be able to properly maintain or clean those later portions of the line if you're accessing a pipe that's too small. Now, I will say that there is another access point for the system within about 15 feet of the sidewalk, and that's at the bottom of the driveway. There's a small cement cap that says sewer on it. You lift that up, and there is a 4-inch access at that point. So it's not that the line doesn't have access, but it is something that will need a little bit further access. Now, pulling away from public sewer, we are in a 6-inch diameter vitrified clay pipe. Now, the vitrified clay is a very common material for main sewer lines. It has a long service life expectancy. However, it is more susceptible to damage during earthquakes and seismic activity, and it also has a tendency to let in roots at the joint areas. What we're seeing there at that joint area is some pretty excessive root intrusions coming in. And now I say excessive is because while it is common to see roots in a pipe, when they're left to basically get out of control, like to the point where they're at right now, 2 things can occur. One, there can be an issue with drainage, which we did see on our way out here. The other issue is that left long enough, the roots actually have a possibility of damaging the pipe, either causing breaks or cracks in the pipe itself. Now, here's a good example of this. Basically, the entire pipe is now infested with roots, and there's 2 issues that it creates in regards to today's examination specifically. First, yes, there was a little bit of an issue with getting out here. Luckily, the camera did push through most of the roots. But the second issue is one of visibility. Now, while I can tell you that roots in a clay pipe are common, the thing that I can't tell you is whether or not there's an actual break in any part of this line. The amount of roots that are in this system would indicate that there either is a break in the pipe, or that the line has not been cleaned in a long time, or the root issue is quite excessive and the line's going to need regular cleanings. So, as part of this examination, I will be recommending that the line gets a hydrojet cleaning. The hydrojet cleaning will remove all of the dirt and the debris and the roots in the system and clear the line out. And then after that's been done, I will be recommending a re-examination of the line. What that will do is that will allow us to actually see those joint areas and make sure that there isn't any damage or breaks in the line, so that we can be conclusive. Now here at 44 feet, we're entering a short section of an ABS plastic pipe. The ABS plastics are an excellent material for main sewer lines. They last a long time. They have a smooth inner surface, which is very efficient at washing out debris. More importantly, though, they're intended to be impervious to root intrusions. Now, the reason that this is here is because this is where the cleanout's been installed at the bottom of the driveway, and this is where, if you would like to access that later part of the system, the line could be cleaned from there. Now we're going back at this point in into another section of clay. And this is at the bottom of a pretty steep drop. The driveway sits a good 15 to 20 feet, or the garage, above the bottom of the driveway. So the pipe's making a pretty steep descent. Now the pipe exits out the building on the right side, and then it runs along the side of the house, and then down down that side of the hill to connect up with that cleanout, and then eventually to public sewer. Now this portion of the line, for the most part, has less roots, but you can see here at 24 feet, we have some roots coming in again. So the line will need to be cleaned from both spots. Here, you can see the roots have now covered the entirety of the pipe, and again, this creates a little bit of a visibility issue with my ability to be conclusive as to the condition of that joint area. Now we have a few more feet here before the line actually turns inside the building and becomes a building drain line system, and I'll cover that in a little bit more detail when we get to the exact point. And we're not in the building drain system. We are now entering the building drain system. So the building drain system pipes underneath or within the structure itself. So not the focus of my examination, but due to the access point that I had today, we'll be covering that. Just to go over my recommendations with regards to the main sewer line. I'm recommending two things. First, the line needs to be hydrojetted. It needs to have the roots and the other debris cleared out of the line, and a re-inspection should be done, just to be conclusive about the condition of the pipe material. Now, with regard to the building drain system, the pipe material we're in right now is a section of original cast iron. Cast iron is a pipe material that typically has a service life of about 70 to 80 years. And after that, it starts to essentially degrade and wear out. Now, the portion of the cast iron that we looked at today is actually in pretty good shape, considering we're not seeing a whole lot of rust and scale buildup, which is one of the first signs of basically a failing cast iron pipe. But it is just something to keep in mind that eventually that section of pipe will have to be replaced. Now, as I'm under here in the sub-axis, I can see that most of the pipes under the building have been replaced with a newer plastic pipe, and that's excellent. So we're pulling out of this cleanout now. I'm just going to wipe off the camera, and I'm going to show you the access point that we got into today. So this was the access point that we used. Just seal that up. Okay, so you can see here the different points of the plumbing system are connecting up to this pipe. That pipe then leads over to that connection there, and that's where it drops underground. And the underground section is where we're actually connecting up to that original cast iron. Alright, so with that, I'm going to be wrapping up the video portion of the examination for today. Once again, this is Victor Jimenez with Sewer Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much, and have a pleasant day.